Are some of you guys like me and you have the manual and they tell you how to do a task and it needs a special tool? And so you try to figure out, how can I do this without buying that special tool? And that's usually what I do. Some people, have a metal shop or whatever, and they can make their own tools. And sometimes you can get away with that. You can do, if you don't even have a metal shop, you can maybe make a tool with a whatever, a Dremel or something. But I'm impressed with people that can make their own tools. That's awesome. But sometimes you can pick up the stuff and it's not that bad. You used to think that, hey, special tools are expensive, that's why I don't buy them. But they called for a lifting kit. This eye that screws into the top of the flywheel when it's all put together, and you use this to lift it up and put it in the boat. This thing was only a few bucks. I think it was $10 for the removal tool too. I can use this to. It's a flywheel removal tool. Came with it, plus this eye ring to pull it out. So, man, I couldn't make that. I'm sure there's guys out there, oh yeah, I can make that. But I bought it for a few bucks. So I think it's well worth it to have the actual tool for the job on this one. And tools are getting less expensive, especially if you buy them. You look around and see if there's, a better deal out there. You can usually find some good deals. Okay, for you guys that are upset that I'm not showing you how I'm cleaning these things, I've got a Scotch-Brite pad. This is a green pad. It's on the end of a sponge, but it's Scotch-Brite on one side. And I'm just going like this. This has some of that chem dip on it. And I think WD-40 works just as well. If you do this for about an hour, it'll start coming off. So to spare you that boring process, I'm just going to go over there and have a seat and watch TV, watch YouTube. Okay, I think I told you the story. The carbon on this, it's fairly pronounced. I wonder if I get let me get a feeler gauge and see if we can figure out how thick that is. So I'm trying to, it's not an exact science here, but it feels like that's the gauge, that's the feeler gauge. 4/1000 of an inch. Four thousandths worth of carbon on there. Is that a lot? I would say so. I don't like it. I've cleaned the other ones. I'm going to show you how I did this. I looked on YouTube and people said, hey, 50-50 mix of acetone and transmission fluid, automatic transmission fluid. Let it sit on there. You let it sit for, 15 minutes. Took a Scotch-Brite pad. Mine has a sponge on it, but green Scotch-Brite, and he rubbed it off. It came off fairly well. He did a couple applications. It came off. I thought, well, I don't have transmission fluid on me. ATF. All my cars are sticks. But I watched another video and it said, hey, you can use WD-40. Put some WD-40 on there, Scotch-Brite pad again, and sand it off. And it does work. I've tried it. It's a lot of elbow grease. It took me a long time, but I did one piston, my number 2 piston, I think it was, and maybe it was number 4. Anyway, I'm sure it took me at least an hour of sanding the car. Just put a little WD-40 on it, rub it off. WD-40, more Scotch-Brite, and I was building up some muscle, but it came off about an hour's worth. And this is the same can. I still have some left in it. I didn't use it all, probably a quarter of it. That's a lot of work. And then I saw another video where it said, hey, use this product, Chem Dip, which I had in my shop. I thought they just dipped it in the bucket, pulled it back out, and it came right off. And they dipped it again, and there's like a couple of other deposits, and then it came right off. Like, holy smokes, that's what I want. I don't want to do this kind of work. So I looked and looked and looked at my shop, and I could not find my chem dip carburetor cleaner. So I went and bought another one. I thought, you know what, if it's going to save that much time, I'll go buy another one, and I can use it to clean carburetors down the road, even though I have a ultrasonic cleaner that I use for carburetor cleaners, and it's works much better than chem dip does. Suppose you can you put chem dip in your ultrasonic cleaner? I don't know. I just use simple green and water, and it works great. But I bought it, dipped the piston assembly in there. They said don't let it sit for more than 4 hours because it's aluminum. It could cause problems with, okay, I don't want to ruin my aluminum piston. So I dumped it in there for about 15 minutes, pulled it out, scrubbed it down. It didn't work any better. Maybe slightly better than the WD-40, but not much. And I dipped it again, scrub, dip, scrub, dip. I mean, I let it sit for half an hour, didn't make any difference. 45 minutes, didn't make any difference. An hour, didn't make any difference. It still took elbow grease to take it off. And I didn't want to use a total cumulative time of more than 4 hours. So it was a lot of work. Only slightly less work than WD-40. But this is $40. It used to be cheaper than that, but it's $40 now. Thank you so much. Thanks, Joe. So WD-40, probably the better deal. And then I got thinking, wait a minute. Scotch-Brite does a pretty good job on its own. Why not buy a Scotch-Brite rotary tool adapter, whatever. So I bought these on Amazon. I think it was $15 for all of these wheels. Started with the green. It works really well. These are different grits, apparently. I don't even know which one's which. Went with it. The tan color one seems to work the best for me so far. And it comes flying off. I recommend using a respirator or a mask at least, because carbon goes flying, but it comes flying off. Much less work than rubbing it by hand. So we're gonna show you how that works. I mean, we could put some WD-40 on there. I don't know if you need to. I don't want it to spray. I don't think on the last one, I didn't put any on. I don't want to fling WD-40 around, but maybe this will have less carbon flying in the air. That right there would have taken me a half an hour, well, at least 15 to 20 minutes, and a lot of elbow grease. You know what I want to do though? I want to tape this off because sometimes I slip and hit the edge, and it's not as brittle as sandpaper or corrosive or abrasive, but if I tape that up, it kind of protect it. So let me do that. I bought this tape. Thought it was blue painter's tape, and it's not. It's almost like duct tape. It's made by 3M's. It was in one of the big box stores. Almost like deceptive, I think, because it looked just like the painter's tape. But I wasn't happy with it using it as painter's tape, but it does have its applications. I think it would be nice, and it's definitely tougher than painter's tape, so it'll be great for this. Well, it doesn't leave any glue residue. I'll probably dip it in the chem dip or WD-40 just to make sure there's no residue. Go. Should have timed it when it started, but this video is 8 minutes long. That would have looked mostly black still, using the old Chem Dip or WD-40 trick. And you know, and maybe that stuff works great with the pistons that they were showing. I think they were forged pistons because they were polished. They were chrome. They were just beautiful. The ones that they were testing them on. This is like a cast. You know, it's bumpy on the top. Standard OEM piston. And so maybe the carbon gets in those little grooves and the bumps and it gets stuck. But it does not come off like the videos that I saw. I was a little bit sad that I spent the money on that for this application anyway. This stuff does work on carburetors if you don't have a ultrasonic cleaner. And ultrasonic cleaner works great. You can get them pretty inexpensively now. I bought mine used from a dentist in town. He was getting rid of his and upgrading, and I don't know, I think I paid 120 bucks for it. It's a pretty good size, but you can get new ones on eBay or wherever, Amazon, for a good deal. I'll do a little bit more, I don't know, a little polishing here and there, but I think it looks beautiful. I wore an N95 mask when I did this, and I don't know if you can tell, it looks slightly gray. If you look on the inside, it's super white, so nothing came through, which is nice. Definitely caught some though on the mask. And it's on my cheeks and my face, but not where I had the mask on, so I think it worked. I'm gonna change it one more time. Maybe I'll go with the green. I don't know which one's less grit. I should probably look it up. The green does a good job as well. Seems like the brown was a little faster. I think it's picking up glue from my tape. I have to take that off. Just go a little slower. All right. Oh yeah. You can turn it down too. You can go slower if you want. Probably throw less carbon in the air. Faster is better, right? I know I'm adding 0 performance now, guys, but I'm just having fun. It gets so rewarding to polish that thing up. I'm going to go do the other ones too. They're all done too, but every once in a while you can find a little piece of black. It's gorgeous. I like it. Probably the first 10 minutes to run, it'll be all carboned up again.